Hey, what's going on, VC? VG here, Vinyl Groovers. Of course, I'm back to talk about our love of vinyl music and just good vibes. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Today, I wanted to put a spotlight on an album I'm very happy to have. This gentleman is a legend in music. His fan base, it's worldwide. I mean, this guy, he could go pretty much anywhere and he would have fans. Historically speaking, this hip hop artist is again definitely was able to bridge the old and the new. He originally went by Zev Love X. Zev Love X. He was a member of a hip hop group called KMD. KMD was definitely a groundbreaking hip hop group in the late 80s, early 90s. He was very young at that time, but definitely stood out. Many of you, probably your first introduction to Zev Love X, he was on a very famous song called Gas Face by the hip hop group Third Base. Third Base was one of the premier late 80s, early 90s hip hop groups that definitely had the big hit Gas Face and a few others. Step Into the AM. They had a few really good songs. And they were one of the few white hip hop groups that really was center stage back in those early days of hip hop. But on that song, on Third Base's song, Gas Face, there was this skinny little guy that came on towards the end and basically just stole the song. He basically took over the song. That was his coming out party for many people. And again, that young man was Zev Love X. Then, of course, over the years, KMD, they got a lot of critical acclaim and success. They had another album that was very controversial at the time, but had quite a few good songs on it. One of my favorite songs by KMD was a song called Peach Fuzz. So if you want to look that up on YouTube, you'll enjoy it. It's a lighthearted hip hop song, definitely by KMD. Tragedy struck, and this gentleman lost his brother, DJ Sub Rock, and lost his brother to a car accident. Again, they were very young, and that devastated him. He actually left the industry, took some time out, obviously dealing with the loss of his brother. And when he came back as an artist many of you may know, MFDOOM, Metal Face Doom. At that point, you never saw his face ever again. He always wore a mask. Similar philosophy to the, if any of you follow comics, you remember Dr. Doom. So if you ever look at the mask that this gentleman, Zev Love X, wore, it was similar to that. Again, he became the artist MFDOOM. MFDOOM definitely was a phenomenal artist. Again, as Zev Love X, but this MFDOOM, this character that he created, the popularity was huge. And many people didn't really know who this guy was. They just knew he could rap. He was a little bit heavier set guy. So no one connected him to the very thin kid from back in the day named Zev Love X. But eventually we knew who he was. Guy's a phenomenal MC, one of the best to ever live. And again, you can still find his albums online. And obviously, they repressed many of them. And you can find his music now, particularly on vinyl. But the guy was just a genius. And he had a lot of alter ego. Well, he had a few alter egos. And one of them was King Gidora, or King Gidora, as you may pronounce it. King Gidora was a three-headed dragon, basically. If you ever look at any of the old sci-fi Godzilla movies, Godzilla had these enemies, Rodan, King Ghidorah, Giga. It's pretty awesome. One of the arch enemies was King Ghidorah. You can look at some of those old 80s Godzilla movies and you'll see King Ghidorah. That's the persona, one of the alter egos to MFDOOM. So the guy was just a genius. He was smart, he was intelligent, his rapping was phenomenal. And you can see how happy I am to talk about MFDOOM. Well, he did release an album under the other alter ego, King Ghidorah, and it's called Take Me to Your Leader. Woo! Everybody, fantastic. This album, unbelievable. This is an unwrapping. It's called Take Me to Your Leader. Again, MFDOOM, but in this case, he went under the name King Ghidorah. And as you can see on the cover, and this is unwrapping. Oh yeah, this is an unwrapping. I'm going to be blasting this later today. I'm so happy to have this again. I was unsure if and when they were going to repress his music. One thing I did mean to tell you, and I want you to know, he did pass away. Very quietly. His family didn't let anyone know until, months later that he had passed away. Phenomenal artist. This is King Gidora, Take Me to Your Leader. If you're into sci-fi, into 80s, cult classic TV shows, movies, the Godzilla films, you'll love this album, okay? Great stuff. I'm so happy to have this. As you can see, it's pretty cool artwork here. Yeah, it's just great stuff. I mean, the guy was genius. This, as you see these inserts, these different kind of quirky aspects of this vinyl represents MFDOOM. The guy was smart, but he was definitely different. And this is colored vinyl. King Ghidorah, Take Me to Your Leader. I mean, I love all the tracks on this album. Some of my favorite, track 1, Phasers, Crazy World with Gigan, which again, that's another person that was a fellow rapper that rapped under the name of one of the other monsters in the Godzilla movie. This is just great stuff. Mr. Fantastic is up here, one of my favorite MCs of that group or that clique. Monster Island Czars. The song is called Antimatter. Lockjaw with Trunks, another great track. The Final Hour featuring MFDOOM, so it's him on his own song. Just great stuff. Monster Zero. These are all great tracks. I highly recommend you digging into MFDOOM's catalog. King Ghidorah, again, him rapping under the alias King Ghidorah is phenomenal. Okay, I wanted to share this with you. Rest in peace to Daniel Dumile, aka MFDOOM. All right, check his music out; it's fantastic. All right, you all take care. You know how I do. VG Vinyl Groovers, nothing but love for you. You take care. Peace.